Hi, folks. Sumesh here again, and welcome to the second episode of the podcast series Doosara. I thought I'll introduce you to Doosara because of the amount of messages and calls that I received on, wanting to understand what Doosara meant. And I thought no better space than this, where we can show off the trophies, the medals that we have won, as a glory on the field, on the cricket field. In the cricket parlance, Doosara means the type of ball which is not normal, the second ball, as in Hindi, Doosara. And this podcast is also a showcase of the Doosaras that we have been doing in the organization and in our lives, as Sumesh, as Leisung, and the other organizations that we work with. And here with me today, on the hot seat is Anuvinda Rekha, one of the best strategists I have known, and she is a part and a huge part of the family of Leisung. Welcome, Anuvinda.
Thank you, sir. I'm here with Leisung for last 5 years now.
Yes.
So, I always know risk is a constant factor in life.
Yes.
So, as a successful CEO, at this level of your career,
Yes.
what is your call on a risk coming against your way?
Good question, because risk and risk mitigation are one of the key aspects in I mean, why business? Even in personal life, there are a
Yeah.
lot of risks which could be taken financially, which could be taken as decisions of education or your life matters, which would include your weddings and
Yeah.
or meeting up with a man. Everything includes risk. So people who there are instances where, okay, let me go the other way. There is one famous quote of mine which I always say, that the decisions you take are never wrong. The result of that decision could be right or wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? So many times when a risk comes in front of you, generally people have the tendency of not taking a decision and allowing the risk to accumulate, which is actually one of the biggest reasons that people fail while handling a risk. The risk is that you do not take a decision. So, taking a decision while going through a situation which is risky, or going through, somebody comes to you, like Anuvinda comes to me on a with a case of a customer where there could be a commercial implication of doing something which is risky. And when you come to me, approach me, if I was to tell you, take a decision on your own, that typically means I am allowing the risk to continue with you, rather than what I should be doing is being with you, understanding the situation, and then taking a educated decision, and then leave the results. Do what you are supposed to do and leave the results to something which is, I mean, time is not in your control. What somebody else is going to do is not in your control. What is in your control is to take decision at that moment. So the risk is not the dangerous one. Not taking a decision.
Yeah, that was my second question. What are the strategies you will rely on when you want to take a decision, like while making the decision? That was my second question. You already answered
I
that as
answered
well.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I hope you got the
Yeah,
answer.
yeah. Business can be built for ourselves, and sometimes it will be for creating opportunities for others. As a businessman, as an entrepreneur who's having different business endeavors, how do you balance these motivations?
Um, Pretty tough questions. I think the first episode was a better one, but I think it, see these every entrepreneur, every businessman, every industrialist, when they start off, there is a motivation. There is something that they are looking forward to while doing the business. For some, it could be fame. For some, it is power. For some, it is money. Okay. I think for me, the whole reason of starting these enterprises have been giving back to the community. So this is, in the last 5 years, I have been pretty actively involved. As you see, the people that we have in our families, when I say the families, Leisung and the other organizations, the people we have may not be from the industry. We build them, we get them, we try to understand what their motivation levels are, and if it is going to match with the licensing motivation, I make them a part of it. As we say in our vision of the organization is to be the easiest company to work with. And when I say that, I always say this, that when you come across a situation which is risky and you're going to take a decision, you just go back to your vision, understand, are you being a great employee to for Leisung by taking that decision? Is Leisung being a great company uh, to work with for the customer? Okay, these are the only questions. So, going back to your question, for me, the motivation has always been to give back to the community which has given me so much. I am blessed. We are all blessed in our own ways. We may have our troubles, but then you also need to understand that when it is an organization, it is a team, it's a family, whatever you want to call it, ultimately they are human beings. You are responsible towards them, you are responsible towards your families. So for me, the motivation has always been people, their visions, their dreams. And while I say this, a lot of people may not understand the core of the subject. People who have been with me, they will understand the way we have built this organization. Things, very small things, like we all are colleagues here. Our structure is pretty flat. People talk about having flat structures. We have it. We approved it. And we've got a lot of businessmen who have come out of the organization, who have built things on their own. We have got a lot of our employees as partners in our other organizations. So these are all testaments to the belief that I have, is whatever I'm doing now is giving back to the community that we survive in.
I have seen you as a mentor over the last 5 years,
Yeah.
and you are a person who have been through significant ups and downs
And life.
throughout your
Yes,
life.
career.
So I want to know this journey, how it influenced your approach to life and leadership.
Uh, wow. I never thought when we started the podcast, I would have questions like these coming over, but it's so important for people to know this. Rightly said, trials and tribulations have been a part of my career, a lot of ups and downs, and I think majority of the people know about it. But the only lesson I have taken from this is to not judge people by that particular day, by that particular incident, or by that particular situation. And I think that is, keep your emotional part of it aside. Try to understand why the person is never wrong. It would be that situation, it would be that decision that he has taken, or all those things that we said earlier would be the reason that a particular challenge has, risen. My leadership style has always been to be a part of the solution that people bring in as challenges. So I work along with them and also learn from those challenges, because majority 90% of the challenges are the same ones, are similar across. People can differ, teams can differ, but majority of the solutions all ultimately come down to one core issue that can be addressed if there is somebody who has gone through it, a similar situation, and maybe that decision then would have been right or wrong. If it was wrong, he would have learned from it. If it was right, he knows what to do the next time. So my leadership style has always been about being with people, letting them go through it, but at the same time to support them, to mentor them. So a good mentor will always be on the journey with you, rather than sit aside and uh, tell you or command you to do things. So for me, I think the without trials and tribulations, Sumesh would not have been complete. I'm a complete man because of all those challenges, that I would not have built this organization if I had not been in organizations which where employees were not treated as a family. I don't say it is wrong. I say for me, I always want the space where you're spending your 8 to 6 to be the place where they unwind, where they come out with their entire creativity. And for everybody, it is home. So I thought, why not build a home? Why not have a family? And as you see, it's worked. It's worked wonders. Yes, I do get a lot of people tell me that you can't take companies as family. It is a high performing team. If you have to come and challenge me on that, the answer is only one. Please run a company like a family and then come and tell me that you cannot run it as a family. Because I proved it for the last 5 years with the lowest attrition rates. I think it's a great place to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, did you get the answer?
Yes,
Anu?
yes, yes.
And I truly hope that
I know this is why I always come back, come to you. Even it's not about career advice or professional advice or
Advice.
anything, but I always, in the last 5 years, I know wherever I got stuck, I will come to you. At
absolutely.
any point of time, like when I was dealing with it, I will come to you. I know
For,
that.
for all those people who do not know, Anu came in as a intern, I would say, fresh out of college. And today, when I introduced her, I said that she's one of the best strategists we have. And this is the shape Anu has taken in the last 5 years of molding that has gone through with a wonderful team out there, who are working for each other, who ensure the betterment of every single person they come in touch on that day in their lives. So thank you. It was great speaking to you, Anuvinda. Hopefully, many more podcasts along with you. I loved the session. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. See you in the next one.